So we talked a little while ago about people leaving Call of Duty, people leaving the game and going to other games, and YouTubers leaving the game as well. Well, lo and behold, it has happened again. This time with someone who I thought it would never happen with. There's a little bit of a twist to it, and that is the exclusive Ace. He uploaded a video titled "The Future of Call of Duty" on this channel. And
what's because my name is Ace.
Let's just say the thumbnail. Well, it was pretty much that. That was pretty much the thumbnail. And it appears as though he's quitting Call of Duty and moving just to Battlefield. And I have opinions on that. We'll talk about that. But I think it says a lot more about the general consensus of the community, if you will. And I'll talk about all of this. I'll talk about all of this as we go through. I did watch about the first minute and a half of this earlier today, but that's as far as I got. So yeah, let's dive into it.
And today I wanted to have a conversation, a very important conversation for this channel, talking about the future of my Call of Duty content. This is something I've been putting a lot of thought into lately, and it wasn't an easy decision to make, but I'm going to be taking a bit of a leap here. From now on, for the foreseeable future, all of my Call of Duty content...
I will say this right now because I've seen this part. Do you notice how he said for this foreseeable future? He obviously has a part of him that's second guessing this, and I understand that. He needs to commit one way or another. And I think honestly, what he's doing, I think he will be able to do after seeing even just the first minute of this. But just listen.
Is going to be shifting over to a brand new channel called Exclusive Reloaded.
So all of his Call of Duty content is now on a new channel. Now, the traditional way that people do this is, okay, we have the main channel. The main channel is Call of Duty. Let's take the main channel, leave it on Call of Duty, and we'll make another channel that's not Call of Duty. And that's kind of what I did with Ink TV, right? Is I'm like, I want to talk about other games. So let's do Ink TV. Let's play other games there. But now Ink TV is actually the channel that I talk about Call of Duty predominantly. Like when news happens, it's on Ink TV. And for me, Ink Slasher is all story. And I'm going to have a video coming out and talking about that. I don't exactly know how I'm going to do it yet. But I understand what he's doing. I'll let him go.
Second channel, that's going to be the new home of my Call of Duty content. And you might be wondering why I went that particular route, and I'm going to be explaining that throughout this video. But just so you guys know what to expect here on the main channel, at least for the foreseeable future, we're doing Battlefield 6 content. I mean, it's been going really well on the channel. People seem to be really into it, really happy, and that's refreshing to see. I'm not necessarily labeling this as just a Battlefield channel.
So part of the problem is the Call of Duty community is very toxic. Well, the thing that I've seen over the past week, so is the Battlefield community, man. Jesus Christ.
Channel now. This is my main channel, and if other games come out that I want to try out and play as well, they'll be uploaded here. Whereas, again,
so he's trying to kind of create his main channel to be a more versatile channel by switching to Battlefield, and like
for that second channel, that's going to be the home of my Call of Duty content. And when it comes to that content on that new channel, it's going to be the same old Call of Duty content you expect from me. So gun guides will be there, patch detail breakdown videos, any other sort of breakdowns of certain mechanics or items in the game. That's all still going to be happening.
So he's taking his same content and putting it on a new channel.
Happening just on a different channel. Whereas on this channel, again, we're going to be sticking primarily with Battlefield content. And when it comes to upload frequency, this is going to change as well, at least on a channel-to-channel basis. For many, many years now, I think like a decade at this point, I've maintained quite a consistent daily upload schedule.
Dude, I've done this for so long. I've done multiple videos a day. I've backed it off to 3 a week. No matter how much content you're doing, you're going to be burnt out of it, and you're going to feel as though you're not doing a good enough job. It is insane. I can make one video a week, work the entire week on it, and be like, I didn't make a good enough video. I can put out a video every single day, and I can be like, I should have put out more, or they should have been better. It's like, maybe it's just me. Maybe I need to go to a therapist, but like, that's the way that I feel.
On this channel, with maybe the odd exception here or there where I miss a day, but I make up for that by double uploads other days. So that's obviously going to have to change here when I'm juggling 2 channels. It's not like I have a bunch of free time here. So My plan is to hopefully still have a video every day, but it's going to be on one channel or the other, rather than a video for each of the channels. And obviously upload frequency on each channel will kind of depend on what's going on with each game. So like when Black Ops 7 first launches, for instance, yeah, I'm probably going to be leaning a bit more in that direction and uploading on the new channel a bit more for the first couple weeks, for instance. That doesn't mean I'll totally abandon like Battlefield content on this channel. It's just, it's going to take a bit of a backseat for a little while, and then it'll eventually stabilize and balance out, and I'll probably be going kind of back and forth, to be honest. But that's the plan as of now, and now I want to explain why I made this particular decision. Why?
Just, I don't know if this is dumping on Ace. I hope it's not. I don't think I agree with his decision here. I think he should have went... Let me show you. I know why he's doing it, but if we actually look at his channel, his Battlefield videos doing well is actually making his Call of Duty videos do better too. Like, yeah, he has some crushing Battlefield videos, but like 110,000, that's better than his Call of Duty videos we're doing all year. Except for these two in here, but that's like during the beta, and normally Call of Duty videos do bad during the beta. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he sees something, and maybe he thought doing like guides on both wouldn't be very good. But I think he was in a pretty good position. By the way, these numbers suck. Don't listen to these numbers. But like, I think he could have done both on the same channel. I think he was in an odd position where his videos are so analytical and like the way that they are, that's the niche of his channel, as opposed to the niche just being Call of Duty.
Did I go this route with things instead of what may be the more obvious decision? I know a lot of people were saying that I should go this route, and that is, why not make a new channel for Battlefield? Because this channel, this main channel, was built on Call of Duty content for,
that's a good question.
I don't even know how many years now. It's been over a decade for sure. Why would I suddenly shift my Call of Duty content away? And this is actually for a handful of reasons. And like I said, I put a lot of thought into this. The first reason is quite simple. I'm seeing a ton of momentum and growth with the Battlefield 6 content. I'm seeing a lot of positivity on the channel as well, which is very refreshing. And while subscriber count's not something that I obsess over by any means,
I like that he's
at
honest
the end of the
about
day,
this.
I would like to hit that 1 million subscriber.
So yeah, over the past, well, since Cold War, Call of Duty communities, like channels, look at sub numbers, have just stagnated. Like the community hasn't grown at all, and that's because of the game. If you look at the marketing for the game, everything that they market, even if we look at like the Prestige 1 last night being Crosby, it's all about nostalgia. So they're not growing their audience. They're just keep trying to bring back their old audience. And maybe someone who works at Call of Duty thinks that they've like reached their cap on how many people the game can reach. But because of that, because they're not marketing to a new audience, they're marketing to an old audience, like numbers for subscribers and things like that, they're probably already subscribed to them if they're going to in the first place, right?
Milestone. That's kind of a big deal. And what I've been seeing over the past years with Call of Duty is I'll see a little spike of growth when a game first launches, and then after that, I start losing subscribers for the rest of the year. Now, throughout the life cycle of that Call of Duty game, typically I'm still seeing a net increase, but it's a very small net increase. Whereas with Battlefield, I see tons of potential for growth. I think Battlefield can carry us over that 1 million mark, and I would like to reach that milestone at some point, and that's just not going to happen with Call of Duty content based on how things have been going, at least not for the next 5 to 10 years even, if nothing really changes there. Now, on the flip side of that, when it comes to my Call of Duty content, at least with the vocal online community and much of...
Ace will probably hit 100,000 subscribers on just doing Call of Duty there this year, probably.
My audience that I built here on this channel that have been longtime COD fans, many of those people are burnt out on COD, and a lot of negativity is surrounding Call of Duty, despite the fact that I'm actually really looking forward to Black Ops 7, and this is actually a topic I'm diving really deep into for the first video on the new channel, which is actually going to be uploaded at the same time as this one. So once you're done this video, if you're interested in that, go over to the new channel and watch that video, please. But with this, I've just been getting really exhausted by making a video on Call of Duty that I'm really proud of. I put a lot of work into that video. I get everything together, I upload that video, and then I get this. Just get met with so many comments just being really down and negative, and not even necessarily negative toward me or my content that I'm making, just negative toward the Call of Duty franchise. And while that doesn't like get to me on a personal level, at the end of the day, it is exhausting to be putting so much effort into that, only to be met with so much of that negativity, rather than people like actually excited about the content I'm making and the game I'm making content about. And that's another big reason I think this is the right move for me, shifting that content over. I want to treat that new channel as a clean slate, a fresh start. I want to build an audience on that channel that actually likes Black Ops 7, that actually likes Call of Duty and wants to...
You know what? He's winning me over with his thinking on this. Like, he really is winning me over on this, because I know exactly what he's talking about, because I can make the world's greatest story video on David Mason. I'm going to... half of those comments are going to be like, oh, where's the pony skin? Where's this? Where's that? And that's just because I have an audience who I've had, some of which for over 10 years. And they hate new Call of Duty, but they want to watch my videos. So like, what he's saying here is, he's not wrong. And that's part of why like Ink TV is so refreshing for me, because I can blabber, I can yap, I can not worry whether like this is edited or I stop talking for a second or things like that. It's just all about my opinions and what I think on things like this or Call of Duty or our graders or whatever. And it's just a community of people that want to see their opinions and talk about video games. And it's not just about, oh, like, what is this video game? Is it good? Is it bad? It's just like a community around that. And I understand what he's saying about this. And I think he will probably really enjoy that. Now, will he get the numbers that he got on the other channel? They might even be better. Honestly, they might.
See content on Call of Duty. And because of that, a big thing I want to say in this video is if you're not interested in Black Ops 7 or Call of Duty, please don't go over to the new channel and subscribe just to support me, just to help me out if you have no intention of watching the videos. If anything, that'll actually harm the channel more than helping it.
That is true.
Because then the YouTube algorithm will pick up on the fact that all these subscribers are here and we're showing them the videos, but they're not clicking them. They're not interested in watching them. So we're not going to recommend this outside of his audience because his own audience doesn't want to see it. So if you are interested in Call of Duty and Black Ops 7, please go over, subscribe to that channel, turn notifications on if you want. I think I already
subscribed to it.
But if you aren't, it's no big deal. Please don't go over there just to try to help me out, for instance. Like I said, a big reason I'm shifting.
So I'm actually, I don't know if you guys know this, I'm friends with Ty. Him and I we were the ones that won the very first gunfight tournament. It was us, me and him. We got little trophies. Jordan has my trophy. What an asshole. I left it at the bar in LA and he took it home, is what actually happened. And he's the only other Canadian really that ever goes to Call of Duty events. Like, yeah, there's a couple other ones here and there. But like for the longest time, for years and years and years, it was me and him and Pamaj at one point. He was there with us. But, so yeah, it was, it's good to see that he's not just full on quitting.
My Call of Duty content to a new channel, and I'm excited about doing that, is the fact that I want to build a new audience there that is actually excited about the current Call of Duty game. And this brings me to the last big reason here that I'm making this particular decision, and it's something I kind of already touched on there. This is simply how the YouTube algorithm works. It's something that I have to work with every single day of my job, and it's a huge factor that determines how successful I am and how much money I'm making on a day-to-day basis, for instance. So it was absolutely a factor that needed to be considered here as well. And I know a lot of people were saying, why don't I just keep one channel and upload some Battlefield videos, some Call of Duty videos, and just kind of alternate? Well, that would be awful for the YouTube algorithm, because the algorithm would see...
So, here's where I disagree with them. Because this channel, Ink TV, I said when I was like building this and was like, okay, how are we going to do this? I said, I want to base my channel around one thing because that's the way the YouTube algorithm works. And that one thing was going to be video game opinions. Period. And then I'm like, okay, then what is Ink Slasher at that point? Is that a Call of Duty channel? Well, all of a sudden I had all of these opinionated videos on Call of Duty that were kind of overtaking the ones that were on Ink Slasher because those would have been opinions too. I'm like, okay, that doesn't really work. Well, what do I do on Ink Slasher? I do story. So that's why I've started to do story of other video games, right? Because I don't think it necessarily has to be one game like Ace is thinking. I think he is in a position where he probably just could have done first person shooter analytics. That's his thing. And maybe he's right. Maybe it would have been far worse, but I guess we'll see in the long run. My worry for him is I hope Battlefield does keep going strong. I just don't know if it is, frankly.
Like, we're showing your videos to your audience, and every time you upload a video, only a small portion of your audience is actually interested in watching that video, because the rest are interested in the other game you're uploading. And again, that means the algorithm.
So another thing that's going on with YouTube as well is if you have an older channel with like 1 million subscribers, he's absolutely right. If I upload a video, and I'm going through this right now, that's why I'm like recommitting to this, like only talking about story stuff. If people who are on my channel don't watch a video, it is worse for my channel. So it's like, even though I have 1 million subscribers, there's times where it feels like I'm growing a new channel because I'm not just uploading Call of Duty.
Not going to push
I'm going to have another video on ing/we're talking about this, by the way.
Content outside of my audience. So that was absolutely a big factor to consider as well. I think there's actually a lot of potential with a brand new channel focused more on positivity. And when I say focused on positivity with Call of Duty, that doesn't mean no criticism allowed with Call of Duty, of course. I'm still going to be making the same old content I've always made. If I don't like something about the game, I'll talk about it. I'll bring it up. I'll provide my feedback on that same way I always have. And I'm also not going to be like banning people for being negative about Call of Duty in the comment section. I'm just trying to have that fresh start where we can hopefully build from a more positive place and actually have people there on the channel that are interested in the game, rather than a bunch of people that have just been kind of sticking around for a long time to support me, which I really appreciate you guys doing that. But then they're not so happy with Call of Duty. They're burnt out on Call of Duty, and they feel the need to comment that on the videos. And so, yeah, that is what's going to be happening here.
That rocket thing's
Again,
hilarious.
if you guys are interested in Call of Duty, I will leave a link to the new channel down below. I already have a video up on there as well, so if you guys want to check that out, like I said, go check that out, watch it. I'm really hoping we can get that second channel monetized before the launch.
Oh, he'll probably already be monetized, I would assume. Let's check out the channel. Let's go to it. So here it is. He's got one video, 34,000 views, 16K subscribers. I'm curious how the next video does on here. And I'll be very curious. Did I not subscribe? Now I am subscribed. Look at us. Look at us. Who would have thought? Now, it comes back to it, right? You're never going to be able to do everything on your channel. And I say this all the time. It's like, I want to do right now what I actually want to do, the videos that I actually want to make. I want to go into Arc Raiders and do these crazy advanced guides for the game, but I know they'll do bad because the videos that'll do well are me giving my opinions on those. So yeah. It's weird. There used to be a time on YouTube where you could just make whatever you want. And if you had 1 million subscribers, that video would get sent out to 1 million people. Doesn't work like that anymore. And in fact, you can have 5,000 subscribers and you might just hit the algorithm jackpot and your video gets sent out to 20 million people. And just maybe 1 million of them click it. And then the next video, same thing. And then it grows bigger. Or it might be the opposite. Like you don't know. But there is certain things you can do, like have a more niche audience. And in doing so, you'll get more eyes of those type of people on it. And that's what he's doing. And I hope it goes well for him. I really do. Ace is amazing. And he'll probably crush it. He's a smart dude.